Welcome to the David Bradley Show with your host, David Bradley.
Hey everybody, how's it going? So anyway, we're doing some weirdness today because Kayden Gordon come to me with this idea, and I'm like, let's do it. What the hell, you know? So Kayden came up and he brought 4 artists with him. So what we're going to do is we're going to do one artist at a time, and then I'm going to mash it all together in one long segment, which is going to be cool as all get out. And we're just going to have a little bit of fun, what we can anyway. So right on the first guest, we've got Elliot and Christina.great. And, of course, Elliot's on keyboards. We apologize, but he does do a pretty good job. So, and then Christina's going to sing a little bit, but I want to know more about the whole front story here. How did y'all get all this together, you know?
Well, about 6-7 years ago, a mutual friend of ours introduced us to church. And he was like, hey, Elliot plays the keyboard. And I'm like, okay, because he knew I sang. Mm-hmm. And I was kind of just really starting to take music seriously, but I wasn't ready to be serious.
Right.
And so then the mutual friend goes to Elliot. He's like, hey, did you know that Christina sings? And he's like, yeah, okay. He kind of had the same thing. And a few years later, the pandemic happened.
Oh, that's always fun.
It's always fun. I was stuck in my house with nothing to do.
Everybody was.
Started playing guitar a little bit. And then I ran into Elliot at a little hole-in-the-wall restaurant and bar at the bottom of our mountain called Torlone's.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, hey, aren't you the lady from church? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, hey, do you want to come over and jam sometime?
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
And I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? So I went over there and we jammed. Well, there's a whole nother story. Ellie, why don't you tell your side of this part?
Oh, God. Well, I asked for her number. Actually, I went running after her in the parking lot.
Like a creep?
Well, I asked for her number. I took it down wrong. So it took us months after that to finally get together and play some music. But once we did, magic started to happen.
Well, that's where I found out, like if you're a single guy and you're trying to get a lady's phone number, best thing to do is just hand them your damn phone. That's right. If they put it in wrong, then you know they don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a great point.
Yeah, but you know what guys do nowadays? They're like, hey, what's your cell phone number? And then you can't ever give them a wrong number anymore because they'll call it immediately to see if your phone rings.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I ain't dated in 4 years, so I mean, I gave up.
But you ever got to say where that mountain is? It's in West Virginia.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
That's Harper's Ferry, West Virginia.
Yeah, that's our base of operation.
Cool.
She lives on one end of the mountain. I live on the other.
That's not bad.
Blue Ridge, yeah. You know that song, Country Roads?
Yeah.
It describes exactly where we live.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you're home.
Yeah.
That's right.
So you're home now. So, yeah, you're good.
Feel like I'm at home, yeah.
We're always at home when we're doing music, no matter where we are.
Yeah. Now, do y'all have a studio set up at home?
Yeah, so we don't live together. In his house, he's got a little basement studio set up.
Yeah.
At my house, I have a basement studio set up.
Oh, sweet.
So
y'all ever get in a competition who's got the better gear?
I do.
She's got the drum set at her house. When we rehearse with a band, it's always at her house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the set's already there, so
Might as well.
might as well.
Yeah.
See,
Sounds better too.
I can't do a full drum set here. I can do a cajon, but if I put a full kit in here, I'd probably have windows busting out and everything else. So, I mean,
there's some rattling sometimes down in my studio.
Yeah, you got to watch all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's crazy how it happens.
Yeah. You can't really do Facebook Live with all that rattling either.
Now, I've gotten where I don't do a whole lot of Facebook Live unless I'm like just me out somewhere or something like that. I'll do a Facebook Live. I don't know.
We tried to do a Facebook Live every Thursday night, so for about, 10 weeks running.
I've seen a lot of people doing that.
Yeah. It's a grind after a while.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It is prepping for it and then doing it along with we gig 2-3 times a week. And then we have multiple rehearsals either between the duo here or our full band. So we're just always busy every day.
Where do y'all usually gig at? Is it
up in West Virginia?
Well, I didn't know if you was doing like bars and stuff, or you was doing churches, or
no. We do the bars and the wineries, festivals.
Yeah, we've got a couple of festivals that we did the Moonshine Festival in Harpers Ferry this year. And
awesome.
We're doing the Crossroads Festival out in Northern Virginia this year. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. On Thursday we played at the Barn in Harpers Ferry.
Awesome.
Yeah, we put on a great show. That was probably our best show.
Cool. How many pieces you got in the band?
Well, we have 4, but we just added a guitar player, so I guess 5.
Well, yeah, we'll see if he works out. But so far, it's promising.
It's true. No, it's true.
And for the guitar that just started.
Well, it's a matter of, does he like our originals and is he a good fit? Yeah. I like his vibe. He gets along well with everybody. He's a good guitar player, but sometimes it just doesn't work out. So hopefully it does. I like him.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, he even sings too. So
cool.
That could be helpful. Yeah.
And he's got the look. He looks country. So
he shows up in overalls.
Yeah. No, he wears like a flannel and like a cute little cowboy hat. So
okay.
It's all good.
I don't know. I had a cowboy hat once in my lifetime, and I wore it religiously. It was a black brim cowboy hat it used to belong to my dad's, and he gave it to me, and I was just like, man, I tell you what. Yeah, see, he's got his on now. It don't mesh well with headphones.
That looks weird.
Actually, this is actually more of a Crocodile Dundee hat.
Yeah.
Actually. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we can hook you up with a connection in Australia.
Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about.
Oh man, So that's cool. I like that. I really like that.
Yeah, so we just try to play as much as possible anywhere that'll have us.
So y'all were writing songs together, though, right?
We've just started writing together.
Okay. Was that a hard transition going from writing singularly to?
Yeah, for me, because I've been writing songs for years, and it's just me, and to be able to create that kind of space, it was a bit of an exercise for me.
Yeah.
But she's, I find it easy to do with her because she and I get along so well. So.
Well, that's good. She's not throwing pizza at you then.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not using that word.
That's right.
Well, what I loved about songwriting with Elliot is that he never looked at me like, oh, that's dumb.
Yeah.
Like, that's a dumb lyric. If he doesn't like what I said, he'll use the same idea but come up with like a better way of saying it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, he's like Mr. Vocabulary.
Yeah.
Mr. Sophisticated over there.
Well, see, I listen to lyrics a lot. And then I got to tell you this because I was listening to a song on the radio today, actually earlier, and a song came on. And one of the lyrics in there is talking about the Cumberland Lake. I grew up on the Cumberland River. I've never seen a freaking lake. Where is this lake? So now I got to research and find out.
Yeah.
Because I'm real big about, if you're going to do the lyrics, research the lyrics.
Yeah.
What you're talking about. Just because lake sounds better than river, if it's not an actual place, we got a problem.
But where's the Cumberland Gap?
It's that way somewhere.
Right. Because in Harpers Ferry, we have this where the Shenandoah comes through and meets the Potomac. We call that the Gap.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, but there's water in there.
Yeah, there is.
Where's the gap?
Well, it's between these two mountains.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a gap.
It's not a gap in the water.
No.
You ain't got Moses standing there and doing that. Okay. I'm just making sure.
No, it's good. Good question, though.
I'm full of crap. Haven't you noticed that yet?
I love it. Like, this is awesome.
Oh, Lord. All right. So you're going to do a couple of songs for us.
That'd be great.
So we're all going to critique y'all's stuff now.
Oh, boy.
You know that.
Don't make me nervous. You're going to make my palms sweat.
Anti-nervous is over there on that cabinet.
This is actually the song. This would be the song that indirectly got us in touch with Kayden. So
Oh, cool.
Let's do this one.
I always say, like, before at a show, I'm like, the song is called "Used to Drink Whiskey." The truth is, I still do drink whiskey.
That's over there.
I don't. So
that's good.
yeah,
I only drink every now and then.
But you don't watch TV either.
that's true. Well,
How do you watch Game of Thrones with him around? Peacefully?
Sneak it from YouTube.
All right, so here we go. Send me a postcard, drop me a line. You'll be pleased to know I'm doing fine. Nothing much happening, there ain't nothing new. I'm sure that it's all the same to you. But now I watch TV. I need a change of scenery. One rot's a liver, the other rot's a brain. You know that it's all the same to me. But now I watch TV. I need a change of scenery. One rot's a liver, the other rot's a brain. You know that it's all the same to me. Drop by to see me when you're passing through.
I just might.
Old times are fun to reminisce.
They sure are.
Bring out a bottle of 1982. Talk of how we tried and somehow missed. And I used to drink whiskey, but now I watch TV. I need a change of scenery. One rot's a liver, the other rot's a brain. You know that it's all the same. You know that it's all the same. You know that it's all the same to me.
You know, I was sitting there thinking the whole damn time, I don't think I've got a bottle of 1982.
I don't either.
I have a 1982 Bronco. That's what I got from 82.
You could have brung that. I would have been happy with that.
Couldn't afford the gas to get down here from West Virginia.
Yeah, but we could have put lockout and lockout hubs on the front. You would have been fine.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there
Next
you
time.
go.
Just get the old Warrens and put them on there. That's good. You won't have to worry about it.
Give him a list of accessories that he needs to put on the Bronco.
Oh, honey, I could. Oh, Lord. You talking for a redneck now. I mean.
Hey, my daddy's a mechanic, and I have seen everything.
Yeah.
I mean, everything. Even car parts that don't belong on a car.
I remember my daddy, when I was like 15 years old, taught me the art of the metal coat hanger and a flame. And you was brazing crap like crazy. It was fun.
That's great. Yeah.
They don't do that no more. Nobody teaches that stuff no more.
No, they don't. You didn't learn any of that, did you? He's a boy from New York, so.
Originally. My daddy was a songwriter, actually.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah.
Tell me about that.
Oh, well, it's one of the tracks on our compact disc that I gave you is a song called "Dear Lonely Hearts" that my dad wrote and Nat King Cole recorded.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, went up charts. I think number 15 or 14. Or
Yeah.
back in the '60s.
Yeah, I like Nat.
So
That
you
was
can
awesome.
Imagine how I felt when Elliot's like, "Hey, will you sing this song?" And I'm like, "After Nat King Cole did, are you crazy?"
Yeah.
And there's no covers. There's one group in Jamaica that does some kind of reggae version of it, but there's no other like inspiration other than Nat. But you know what? That was the perfect inspiration I needed because I took it and I made it my own.
You know, that's I'm surprised more people haven't gotten into reggae music because there's the whole, movement in Colorado with the green stuff. And that whole reggae music came about just to chill out and have some fun and a little smoke and you was good for the day.
Yeah.
Or 3 or 4 smokes and you was good for the day. Or,
Or 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, it is whatever. We're teaching young people bad habits.
Yeah.
We got to stop that.
Well, they have to be warned though.
Yeah.
Right? You can prepare them for what's to come.
Don't do drugs or you get this.
Right.
That's right.
This is what it is. This is what happens.
So he's got really cool stories about his dad. I don't have like amazing stories about my musical like family, but my dad was a pianist, so I always grew up listening to him tinker with the piano in the basement.
Well, see, I had my great grandmother played piano at church.
Oh.
She played everything by ear. And her and my great granddaddy at the time, when they were younger, they started a group called the Adamsons, and it was all old timey religious music.
Beautiful.
Love that kind of music. Yeah.
It was wild what they did. But Dad drug me up into the choir. Once my voice changed and I quit squeaking, he pulled me up in the choir, and I was singing bass up there with him. My dad's voice was actually deeper than mine.
Wow.
So it was pretty wild.
My dad sang too. He can't sing. Sorry, Dad. He can't sing like he used to. He can't sing like he used to, but
Your granddaddy was a keyboard player.
Yeah.
my granddaddy was professional organist and pianist. He cut a couple records on the local level in Akron, Ohio.
Sweet.
So that's kind of where my love of music and I guess talent comes from.
Well, what I love is both of you are from a musical background.
And my mom was a singer, but when she had me, she gave it all up.
So he ruined her singing career.
Lord.
But I'll tell you, I've been on stage since before I was born.
Yeah. That's awesome. I actually had somebody on here that their first stage appearance was like 9 years old.
Aww.
And that's in the cutesy stage. Can you really claim that?
I think you can.
You think? Sure. Okay. Well, I mean,
Especially if once you go through puberty, your voice doesn't change so that it's not really recognizable anymore.
yeah, mine was like high pitched and I was squeaking. And back then I could sing Journey and hang with them. And then just a year later, I couldn't frickin' do nothing. There was no way.
Back at 9 years old, I was playing accordion.
I never got into that. See, I tried playing guitar one time. My Papa Joe, who played guitar at the church, tried to teach me how to play guitar, and I never could get the coordination together. But put me behind a set of drums, and I'll beat the shit out of them. I don't care. You know, I was just having fun.
Maybe we have a backup drummer here, Elliot.
Don't want Well, I tried bass, I tried drums, I tried lots of different things. But I always had more fun doing the production side of it, running the lights and running the sound and all that. I always had a lot more fun than that. It just rained its butt off out there. That is wild.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Your windows rolled up.
Yeah. We had the AC cranking, but you made me think about it for a second.
Too way down.
Who knows? I have no clue. All right. So what else are you going to do for us?
So,
we could do Dear Lonely Hearts, or we could do If I Make It.
you just interrupted me.
I'm sorry.
We have this thing of where we banter.
I can't interrupt no more.
Oh, yes, you can. You're better at it than he is.
Me?
Yeah, you. But
I had no clue. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. I'm well trained, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
who trained you?
You?
I trained you?
Yeah.
Well, my training wasn't very good then. I'm going to have to look back on my lessons.
Well, I'm pretty obstinate, you know.
You leave the seat down or you leave it up?
He still leaves it up from time to time.
See, I was a bad husband.
Uh-oh.
Why are you going to gripe at me for, make sure I put the seat down? But when I go in there, I got to raise it up. So I just left the damn thing up. You got to pee, set it down.
I had an ex-boyfriend say that to me one time. He's like, if you want me to put the seat down when I'm done, then when you're done, lift the seat back up. I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
They have a suffrage for a reason.
Yep, exactly. Who knew?
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
Hey, I'm easy, you know. I just try to get along, you know.
Take the damn toilet seat off.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Man, that's a great idea.
There is nothing worse than when you go to sit down on the toilet in the middle of the night and the seat's up.
See, I've always heard that.
That 1 inch.
You go in there backwards. With
I guess. They just back into the stall,
Well, if your toilet seat's missing, I think I can find it for you because I have a friend who made a couple of guitars out of toilet seats.
Who?
Interesting.
Larry.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, see, I've been seeing them. They've been making guitars out of old shovels and all kinds of stuff.
But a toilet seat? Like, really?
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Just do like they're doing on Facebook. I seen one on YouTube. Was it YouTube or was it? It was a reel somewhere. I seen it, but
A real what?
of the toilet seat, the guy took after he went to the bathroom, and done his business and everything, and he came back in there with Saran wrap and put Saran wrap over top of the toilet and then put the seat down. She went in there and sat down and got wet real quick.
Now that's creative right there.
That's teaching lessons type stuff.
Talk about pulling a prank.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man.
Well, you got that married couple that's on, and they're constantly hitting each other with balloons that are
yeah.
full of that white stuff and popping things at each other. I did some background check on it. He's actually a cop, and they got together, because they were all the time practical joking each other. So they both had a love for that, and they left at their own jokes, which was funny.
Well,
It's amazing what will bring people together.
Yeah, but the white balloon, it's full of either just regular milk or it's full of like cornstarch and water and stuff to give it that white consistency type thing.
Yeah.
So now you know what to throw at him.
I might have to.
if you can't laugh at each other's jokes, I mean, what's the point?
That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's right.
Exactly.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
All right, give me that other song. I want to hear the other song.
All right, so this song is, I didn't write it. I wish I did. I wish I could take credit for it. Elliot wrote it. It's called If I Make It. And so I survived a very abusive marriage. And so when I moved out to West Virginia, I didn't know anybody. And I was just at the rock bottom in my life, trying to figure out what tomorrow was. And
Yeah.
I didn't know if I wanted to go on. I was just so heartbroken.
Well, you know, and I do have to say this off of what you just said. People don't understand when you get in a situation, you are so scared, and being on your own is probably the most frightening thing anybody can do.
Yeah.
So if you're able to, and you're able to work it and have friends and stuff like that, get out of that situation. Mm-hmm. You know, there are a lot of people out there that are going through the same daggum thing. Because when that last girlfriend I had took money, took everything, and wouldn't let nobody come over or visit or any daggum thing, I called some friends of mine, and within 2 hours, we had all my stuff cleaned out, and it was all in his garage. And I think I moved in with my daughter, Anna. Oh. I moved in with her and her boyfriend for a while, and I got my life straight.
It's awesome that they were there for you.
Yeah.
My parents live in the South, so when I was going through it, I was alone. I was living in Virginia at the time. Mm-hmm. I was alone. So my parents came up from South Carolina to help move me out of the house, but they couldn't stay with me. My mom stayed with me for a very short time, but there was so many nights that I was just alone, and I didn't know if I could make it through the nights. Yeah. But, you know, I did, and I just put all my faith and love into the Lord, and somehow here I am 5 years later, and I'm much better off than what I ever was. So.
And that's good, because there's a lot of rebuilding that you've got to do.
Yeah.
You really have to rebuild, because
everything.
Well, you count girlfriend and then you count divorces. This is where everybody laughs. After the third divorce, you think I would have learned. Yeah.
Been there, done that.
Yeah. But then the girlfriend, and then everything just went crazy, you know, and I was at a real low point. Mm-hmm. And the only thing that kept me going was actually my kids, you know, and I had a lot of wonderful friends that helped out, and I rebuilt my credit. I rebuilt my life. I built this freaking house that we're in, and got my shit together.
Congratulations.
God bless.
Well, I'm proud of you too, because you actually seen it and done it, you know, and there's a lot of us out here.
I want to touch on something too. I remember when I was just suffering so bad with depression and anxiety disorder and a panic disorder. My doctor, who, you know, I think the world of, he said to me, you know, maybe you should go on an antidepressant for a short time. And I said, no. He's like, are you sure? I was like, yeah, because you know what? The last time I tried that, it made me feel okay. And I went back to that. I went back to that abuse. Yeah. I want to feel every single thing, and I want to suffer, and I want to work my way and build my way back up without any medication. And he's like, all right.
And see, a lot of people, I'm not knocking the medication. I'm not. But a lot of people will use medication, and then 5 years from now, they're still stuck in the same situation they was in to need the medication to begin with.
Right.
If they hadn't been on the medication, they'd have been like, enough is enough. I'm done. I got to go.
Yeah.
Roll up a fatty, have some Twinkies, and you're good.
Yeah. I just, because I wanted to actually heal.
Yeah.
And
you got to go through that.
Yeah.
You really do.
So I'm like, now I'm great. Now I'm like, life is wonderful and music is my life. And
yeah. And now we're on a whole different podcast. But
all right. So this is called If I Make It.
Sun goes down slowly, somber and holy. Watch the last rays of light fade and die. Bounce off the water, come in through the window as the first stars appear in the sky. but he cannot see me, though he sees so much better than I. He can't be bothered by what don't concern him. That's as simple as learning to fly. And if I make it through the night, if I make it through the night, if I make it through the night, I'll be alright. I'm gonna be alright. When the wind whispers on to the first light of dawn, if the morning don't come, you won't know where I've gone. And if I make it through the night, if I make it through the night, if I make it through the night, I'll be alright. I'm gonna be alright. I'll be alright. I'll be alright. I'll be alright.
That keyboard's got some stuff saying to it.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
That's his newer keyboard.
I got to ask a question
Sure.
because your vocal style. Did you watch a lot of Bette Midler?
No,
You actually have a Bette Midler type vocal style.
I do.
Yes.
Okay.
Because you can belt it.
I my inspirations growing up was Whitney Houston
Yeah.
and Mariah Carey and
But you know something?
Martina McBride.
You love doing that song, The Rose.
I do.
Yeah.
Wind Beneath My Wings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See.
Bette Midler, that was her
That's
song. And
well,
Conway
that's her-
Twitty, too. But
Well, that's kind of her style because I was sitting there watching her while she was singing and everything, and she's just like eyes closed, belting it out, giving it her whole heart.
Yeah.
See, that's I'm weird. I'm sorry.
No, nobody's ever actually paid attention to that. So thank you.
Yeah, no, I pay attention to everybody. Sadly, it's called people watching. Now, people watch a lot.
That's a great thing, though.
Yeah,
There should be more people like you then.
no, not really. We'd all be broke.
Yeah, when I'm singing, I'm just speaking from my soul,
Yeah,
especially with that song. So,
she's gonna go home and watch Bette Midler now and see what the hell I'm talking about.
well, you know what? I when I was young, I heard one of her albums. Mm-hmm. So she has an incredible voice. I take that as
She
a
does,
compliment.
but she belts like you do.
Oh, does she?
Yeah,
Okay.
and that song, The Rose, that's your mama's name.
yeah.
Yeah.
See,
It's my mama's name.
your mama.
Well, how else do you belt if you don't belt like I do?
People do it in different ways.
Okay.
But Bette Midler had this distinctive style.
Okay.
And if you watch her when she's singing, literally She leans back and she wails it out there.
That's exactly what I do. Even live, even if I'm standing up, I'm like,
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm
moving
saying.
my body just to get that airflow. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's got a set of pipes. Yeah.
Yeah, she does.
Oh, thank you so much.
No doubt.
Pretty wild. Pretty wild. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all being on the show. And what we're going to do is we're going to dub y'all into the other one. And this is going to be one long segment. So please tell everybody where they can find you.
So we have a website. It's called missionroadmusic.com.
Mission, big long spell, road.com. Okay.
Right.
missionroadmusic.com. We are on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok,
The Twitter.
the Twitter, X, whatever it's called these days.
I have no clue. When did they change Twitter to X?
Oh, about a year ago.
When that
maybe
rich
2.
guy bought it.
Yeah, Elon.
Yeah.
Elon bought it?
Yeah,
I didn't know Elon bought it.
yeah. But I'm the Twitterer. She's the Instagrammer.
When you remember
She's
the Twitter.
TikToker.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Well, it's like my daughter. My daughter does my TikTok.
Yeah, right.
I don't even know what TikTok is.
It's a bunch of videos. It's like short versions from YouTube.
It's a bunch of crazy stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
But yeah, we're all over there at Mission Road Duo.
Okay. Cool beans. I love it. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
Enjoyed it very much. Thank you.
All
for
right.
having us. Yeah.
And everybody check out missionroadmusic.com. Y'all will love it. And you got to check Christina out when she's singing. I'm telling you, she's got this Bette Midler vibe thing going on. So y'all check it out. Everything will be good. And stay tuned. We got a couple more guests coming on. So, all right, everybody, for the second guest today. And don't worry, we got 4 total, I think. Kayden, 4 total? Somebody's holding up a thumb. I forget who's holding up a thumb. Okay. 4 total. And I might even get Kayden on here because he hadn't shaved and he's wearing a T-shirt and it's funny. But we're going to, what are you doing? 5 what? Altogether 5? Oh, we're going to, okay. Got you. Gordon's like, I need a razor. I need a. Oh, Lord. Anyway, Michael G. What's up, dude?
How you doing, sir?
I'm tired.
I hear you.
You've been on the Kayden tour, so
Yeah, he's worked us pretty good. We've been pretty busy.
yeah. You know what? And I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I'll say it when I get him on the air too. But a lot of people are not doing this. Back in the day, whenever bands would come to town, they would have a manager that took them out to the radio stations.
Right.
You remember that?
Yeah.
And they would have, interviews on the radio stations and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So Kayden's took it one more level, which I think is just cool as shit. And coming around and podcast and internet radio stuff. And it's fucking cool.
Kayden's a real deal, I'll tell you.
Well, I know he's sitting over there.
I've been, I've only been with him a couple of months, and I'll tell you what, it's a totally different experience.
Oh, yeah.
He does what he says he's going to do.
Yeah, that's a rarity.
It is. It really is.
Really is. That's, I tell people all the time whenever, especially young aspiring artists, if somebody comes up to you and says, hey, I can do this for you, I can do that for you, blah, 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 look at their freaking shoes first.
Right.
If he ain't wearing brand new Reeboks or something or dress shoes or something like that, then he's going to be full of shit. He just wants your money.
I've been there and done that a couple times.
Well, I have too.
I don't learn the first time.
Well, evidently I don't learn hardly at all because 3 divorces and everything else. So
I've been there too. And I'm younger, I guarantee it. But
how much younger? How old are you?
I'm not young. I'm 48.
Oh, well,
I'll be 48 in September.
I got you by 11.
You don't look it. It must be that good living you're doing.
Yeah. Really good drugs back in the 80s and driving a truck for a living.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
I don't have the patience for that.
The drugs or the truck?
Well, Well, I think you almost have to be on drugs to drive a truck, don't you?
Sometimes, yeah.
I don't think I could drive for a living.
Yeah, it's a lonely, very lonely
I
thing.
guarantee it.
And then you talk on the radio. That's how you made friends.
Right.
And then cell phones came along. So it was crazy stuff.
Totally different ball game now.
Yeah. Now people want to FaceTime you that you don't need to be FaceTiming. Or you're in a situation where you don't need to be FaceTiming.
Right.
But with that being said, I'm one of those guys that I tell it like it is and don't really give a crap. So if you FaceTime me and I'm sitting somewhere that, you don't need to know about, you're probably going to know about it.
I appreciate that. I get along better with people like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's a whole lot easier. Oh, Lord. So when did you start your thing, man?
I started playing when I was just big enough to pick up a guitar.
Well, that makes sense.
I had a musical family. My mom, her whole side of the family was just phenomenal musicians and songwriters. Right.
And say that's stuff that I love because a lot of that is dwindling.
Yes, it is.
You don't have a lot of that anymore.
No.
I had a guy on that his whole reason for picking up a guitar was because he was raised in a house. There was guitars everywhere.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And he showed a natural interest in, hey, show me this, and turned into a phenomenal guitar player later.
Right. Well, I was raised the same way. I mean, her whole side of the family was just, they were really good. They could get out in the yard and pick and play, and all us little kids would be out there just, enthralled in what they were doing.
Yeah.
And I picked up a guitar at an early age. I wasn't really any good until, probably I was playing pretty well by 10.
Yeah.
But there wasn't anything else for us to do, really.
Right.
Work, go to school, and play guitar.
Well, it's, I see a lot of that over on the Appalachian side.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a whole lot to do.
Right.
And they picked up a guitar. Are you from that area, or where are you from?
I'm from Indiana. I'm from Lafayette, Indiana.
Oh, there's plenty to do up there.
Well, we didn't have the internet back in, and
well, you can go out and hunt.
Oh, we did a lot of that too. Yeah, my dad. If we weren't working, he'd get us up early. Every time Saturday morning, he'd get us up 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Hey, we're going to go out and cut wood.
Yeah.
But or hunt. Mm-hmm. I was raised right, and then it's just on my off time, I'd pick up that guitar. My mother and I, she's not around anymore, but we'd sing and play together, and it was just a great experience.
Oh Lord, I just had a hook hit me.
A good country song.
Mm-hmm. You didn't get it.
I didn't either.
It come off of what you just said.
Usually, I'll tell you what, I got a lot of songs. It's hard to pick just a couple.
Okay, well, you was doing a lot of hunting.
Doing a lot of hunting, a lot of picking.
And then you had a lot of picking, guitar, stuff like that.
I got a song that goes like that, too.
I was sitting there thinking between a guitar and a gun.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
We need to get together on that one, don't we?
Write that down.
Write that down.
Y'all think I'm crazy. I'm actually writing this down.
That's how a good song always starts.
Mm-hmm. Need a napkin.
I've got several of those too. Yeah.
I had a Sal on here, Sal Gonzalez, and he showed me his phone of song ideas.
Right.
Where he would hear them out in public and stuff like that. He just made there was a long freaking list on his phone.
Right. Well, I'm not too good with the phone. I'll keep a little piece of paper beside me or something. Anything you can write on.
Right.
Envelope. If you don't have anything, write on your hand.
Yeah.
Some of the best songs just come to you, just by little phrases like that.
Yeah.
That you say during the day.
That's what I was thinking when you was talking. It just popped up, hit me.
Yeah, I've always got a song,
Mm-hmm. I don't even write songs.
Well, you should.
No. Because I can't sing them.
That's all right. There's always somebody like these ladies behind us that can sing.
I know. I have to get probably the youngest one over there. That way she could carry it further.
Oh, she sings like a songbird too.
Does she?
She has a beautiful voice.
Okay, we're going to find out.
All these ladies do. I've never seen so much talent.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It is. Everybody I've met down here has just been amazing. Most of them have been his artist.
Yeah.
But all together, I mean, I've never seen that much talent.
Yeah. Have y'all been able to go to Broadway?
We were there today. Actually, Kayden hooked us up with putting our faces on a billboard.
Yeah.
Down Broadway.
Yeah.
And we went down there today for a little while, but I haven't spent a lot of time down there, no.
Yeah. You can usually, I don't recommend Friday or Saturday night, but I do recommend like midday walk through and listen to some of the talent down there and some of the guitar pickers that are up on stage is just phenomenal.
I guarantee it. I think I was here. I was here when I was 16.
Yeah.
I did a thing in Nashville, and then I was stationed at Clarksville, Tennessee, at the 101st Airborne.
Right.
So we'd always go back and forth from Nashville to Clarksville.
Yeah.
So I spent a little time in Nashville then. But
so you're using the service?
yes, sir.
What was you?
I was 11 Bravo. I was in the infantry.
Sweet.
Just a grunt. I didn't.
It doesn't matter.
I just learned how to carry heavy stuff. That and get screamed at a lot.
And peel potatoes.
Well, yeah, I was always doing something wrong, so I peeled a lot of potatoes and done a lot of push-ups. It didn't teach me nothing. I always had to say something.
So we have authority figure problems, eh?
Not so much anymore. Maybe back then.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate your service.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. And but you was doing the music and everything before you went in.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get the timeline.
Well, I never really took it that serious. Music was always something for me.
Right.
If I was down, I pick up that guitar.
Yeah.
Or go out fishing, go out hunting.
Well, it's better than some of the alternatives.
Right. But it was always a hobby for me. Mm-hmm. And just recently, I always played for free.
Yeah.
Or for the love of music. It's just recently that I've been able to make a little money playing music.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not getting rich from it, but if that's what it's about, if that's what you're in it for, then you're in the wrong business.
Well, yeah.
It's, you got to work at it. And thanks to the young man behind me, my music's getting out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I've only been with him about 3 months, and it's been a total game changer for me.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool hearing my music being played on the radio, and it's doing pretty well. And I didn't do that myself.
Yeah.
I got to give him credit for that.
Oh yeah. It, sadly today, it takes a team.
It does. Yeah.
It really does.
I definitely met the right people this time.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a buddy of mine told me, he said, pick your circles.
Mm-hmm.
Because some circles are good.
Right.
Some circles, not so good.
Right.
And you got to really keep that hindsight up there, because they're going to broadside you. They're going to come from here to here. You never know.
And I've seen a lot of that.
Yeah.
I've had my fair share of that, but I think I just recently got real serious about my music in the last couple of years. Like I said before, I was just doing it for the love of music and for the fun.
Yeah.
And it just took off. I didn't expect it.
And that's the best feeling.
It is. Yeah.
Because then you get people that are, you're sitting there and you're like, nobody likes this song. And then next thing you know, you're at 1 million streams on Spotify or something, and they're just like, holy crap.
Right. And it's hard. It's hard to get those streams.
Yeah, it really is.
It's I'm still scratching at it, and I don't know quit. So I'm going to keep at it.
Hey, I hate the word no.
I do too.
It's like somebody tells you, no, you can't do this. And I'm like,
watch me.
Give me a minute.
Yeah.
Let me figure this out. This is going to work out a whole lot better.
Right.
And you can go around them. You ain't got to worry about it.
Right.
Because everybody got their hand out.
They do. Right. They do. I've seen a lot of it.
Oh, I can do this for you.
Right. Yeah. and I've done that. I've always been, okay.
Yeah.
But this is with him, it's not that way.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not making him rich, but he's getting me out there.
And this is another rarity. I don't get rich from doing this show. What I do love, I love a good conversation, and I love getting the music out there.
Right.
Because I'm a firm believer. If you wrote a song, or say you wrote 20 songs, some shark from Nashville bled you dry. You said to hell with it, went home, and you chucked all that music in the back of a closet.
Yeah, I've been there and done that.
One of those songs would have meant the world to somebody.
You're right.
It could have saved somebody's life, could have turned somebody's life around.
Right.
And that's why I do what I do.
I do too. I do it for the love of it.
I do it because I love it so much. I do love everything about it. And when I was doing sound and lights, I got screwed over big time.
Right.
And I seen a lot of good artists screwed over at the same time.
That's just the name of the game, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's,
whether I get rich doing this or I don't make a dime doing it, I'm still going to do it.
Yeah.
I love music.
And then that's good.
I'm always going to have that guitar in my hand and a song in my head.
See, you're doing it for the right reasons.
I hope so. I think I am.
I love that. So what all you got for us? You going to play us a couple of songs?
I'm going to play you a few of my originals.
I love it. I love originals better than I do covers.
I'm pretty patriotic. This first one, it's done pretty well for me. It's about the state of our country. Stand up for that flag, honor your troops.
See, I'm from the generation of prayer was in school.
I am too.
I'm from the generation of you said Pledge of Allegiance every morning. I'm from that era, and
that was still around when I was younger.
Yeah,
we need that again.
We do, and I think a lot of people need better information on what's going on because this is the internet age. There's information out there for days.
Right.
Have the smarts to discern which one is the truth and which one is
right
the bull.
Right.
And that's what it needs to be.
I agree with you.
Crazy stuff. Well, hook us up.
Okay, this first one is called What I Believe Is Right.
All right. It's always a mass of wires.
That's all right. I trip over them every weekend. That's the price you get for being free. Look around, friend, ain't looking good for you and me. And I will stand for the flag, and I will kneel for the cross, and I will salute the ones that we lost until I take my last ride. I'll fight for what I believe is right. This old hometown sure don't look the same. what my grandpa would say. He was there pounding that beach on D-Day. And I will stand for the flag, and I will kneel for the cross, and I will salute the ones that we lost until I take my last ride. I'll fight for what I believe is right. If it ain't worth fighting for, then leave. This is the home of the brave and the land of the free. And I will stand for the flag, and I will kneel for the cross, and I will salute the ones that we lost until I take my last ride. I'll fight for what I believe is right. What is right? What is right? Now what is right?
Damn, was a good song.
I'll try.
You tried?
I hope they like it.
Yeah.
Some probably won't, but
Some do, some don't.
some do, some don't.
That's another song. Hang on.
Yeah, some do, some don't. You have to get with me later. We'll finish these.
Okay. I think if we got Kayden writing songs, that'd be funny.
He wrote a real good one. We're
Did he?
getting ready to go to the studio here in a couple of days, and he's going to record that song.
Awesome. Is he gonna sing it?
Yes, he is. He wrote a good song.
Awesome.
It's a good one. I like it myself.
See, now I'm getting fodder of what I can talk to him about.
There you go. Yeah, he's a good songwriter himself.
We're gonna have to talk about Kayden now. Kayden, man of many talents.
He is. He'll surprise you.
Oh, I can imagine. He's over laughing his ass off now. Oh Lord. How else do you get your song ideas? Just they just come to you, or
That song there came to me and I was finished with that song in about 15 minutes.
wow.
They say the best songs that a person writes comes to you easily.
Yeah.
A lot of them I'll just be driving down the road with my old man to the next show. I got an elderly father, and him and I, we go out and play music all weekend.
Sweet.
He's my roadie. I'll listen to him talk, and I'll be like, "That'd make a great song. Mm-hmm. That's a great song, Pop." And just by his stories, I've wrote several.
See, that's awesome because you're getting a lot of the old school stories.
Right, and they're all stories.
Yeah.
That's the best country song. You know, it's all the truth. They say it's the truth in 3 chords.
That's all you need.
And, that makes for the best songs. Mm-hmm. And I've lived those songs that I play and write.
Yeah.
They're the truth.
Yeah. There's a lady over in North Carolina, Kayla McKinney, and she actually has a song. It's called 3 Chords and the Truth.
Yep.
And it's a damn good song.
That sounds like a good song.
It is.
I'll check that out.
She does a lot of songwriting on her own, and she does some with her band and stuff like that. So
There's just so much talent out there. It's unreal.
oh, it's crazy. And these what amazes me, because I grew up in that it was like either 1 or 2 people writing the song.
Mm-hmm.
And some of these songwriters today, I mean, it's like 3, 4, 5 in a room writing the same song.
Right. I've never done that.
I've always wondered about that.
I kind of keep my songs to myself.
Yeah.
Not that I wouldn't write with somebody, but that story, is something I've lived. Mm-hmm. So.
Well, that's always been my question. How do you get everybody on the same page? Okay, say you're writing a breakup song.
Right.
Has everybody in the room on the same page with the same heart, the same,
Right.
it's different.
Right. Everybody have their own opinions, I guess.
Yeah.
And who knows if it's the right opinion or the wrong one. But I've always found that my music, I've lived that.
Right.
I'm telling you a story of something that happened to me.
Yeah.
And hopefully you can relate. Now, the patriotic songs and stuff, I think, we all love our country.
Yeah.
And what that song says is, if you don't, get the hell out.
Yeah.
Basically.
Well, everybody's got options.
Right. Right. If you don't like it here, there's some other place, that you can go.
Yeah.
I'll help you pack.
I'm kind of fond of Florida.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't mind going to Florida for a while.
Right. Well, it's pretty cold in the winter in Indiana, so
Yeah.
I might go with you.
I mean, Australia sounds like fun,
It does sound like fun.
but they got spiders over there that would carry you away.
That's what I was telling that young lady. There's something over there that can kill you.
Yeah.
A lot of things that can kill you.
A kangaroo can kill you over there.
I'm not going to tie into a kangaroo.
You ever seen a kangaroo's body up top?
Oh, yeah.
They are some boxing built mugs.
And they don't have a sense of humor either.
No, they don't. They don't care.
No, they'll beat you up. Yeah, I ain't tying into a kangaroo.
I seen a video of that one guy that was trying to save his dog and was beating the crap out of the kangaroo.
Yeah,
And that kangaroo dude was like built.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm just like,
he looked
God.
like Mike Tyson, didn't he?
Exactly.
And
The only thing he needed was a tattoo on the face. That was it.
Yeah, he punched that kangaroo right in the nose. Them Australians are tough.
I know.
Not me. I'm not going to fight a kangaroo.
I'm not either.
I'd let him take my dog.
I'm older. I don't fight no more. I just shoot. Get it over with.
Yeah. I'll write a song about it.
We'll write later.
Yeah.
I'm all the time switching around in the chair.
That's all right.
It's for all those years of driving truck.
I guarantee it.
There's over 48 different positions you can get in a truck driving across country.
I don't know how you do it.
And that doesn't count putting your foot in your knee in the seat and peeing in a bottle going down the road.
Now that's some talent.
It's also defensive when somebody comes by shooting you a bird. You just chuck the bottle out at them.
I don't mess with things bigger than me.
Yeah, no.
Them trucks are huge. Mm. If they want to get over, let them get over. I'm not gonna try to cut one off. I mean, that's just common sense.
Yeah, but you got so many of them now going down the road with a laptop open on the front dash, doing their social media and all that other stuff while they're driving.
Yeah, but they're still bigger than me.
Yeah.
I'll stay in the right,
Hey, y'all get ready for it. There's going to be autonomous driving trucks before long.
Yeah, I guarantee it.
With a driver that's only there to monitor what they do. That's it.
That's kind of scary, isn't it?
It is really, really scary.
I foresee a lot of problems with that.
Yeah, there is. But you could write a song about it.
We could write a song about it.
Julie told me she's getting tired of hearing my truck stories.
I bet you got some good ones.
I got a bunch. Somebody wanted me to write a book one time. And I was like, if I could have just took all the pictures that I wanted to back then, I probably could have a good book.
Right. Well, that's probably before the time of the cell phone, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, that was a time of when girls went by, they'd wave or,
Yeah.
they do all kinds of stuff. But anyway, they don't do that no more.
That's for a different podcast, huh?
Yeah, that's a different podcast. I could do like 20 different podcasts now. This would be cool. Oh, come on. That does sound good, though. Late Night with David Bradley.
That has a little twang to it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Late Night with David Bradley.
Oh, he's got the DJ voice too.
It'd have to be before 9 o'clock. That's all I'm saying. I'd be asleep.
With a 10 o'clock curfew.
Yeah, 10 o'clock curfew. That's it. Wouldn't have to worry about it. Yeah, midday. For the 5 people listening, midday with David Bradley.
And trucker stories.
We're having truckertalk.com. Who knows? You started this shit.
It is kind of my fault, isn't it? I'll take the blame for it.
Yeah. Oh, Lord. So how long you been out?
Of the military?
Yeah.
I've been out since 2001. I was a youngin'.
How many years you do?
I only did 3.
Only 3?
Mm-hmm. I couldn't jump out of bed now like I used to jump out of planes, helicopters.
Well, the knees are kind of played in effect on that.
Yeah. Yep. I just think what I used to be, I guess. But,
well, Toby said it best.
He did. He said it best. I was good as I once was, right?
Yep, pretty much.
But yeah.
That's true.
No, I was a youngin'. But I think I got out when I was 25.
Yeah.
And at 25 in the infantry, you're an old guy.
Oh, yeah.
But, I learned a lot of lessons. Some for the better, some for the worse. But I'd do it again if I had to.
Now, because you learned how to play guitar and everything before you went into service.
Mm-hmm.
Did you take your guitar with you?
Absolutely. When my guitars go everywhere I go.
So you kind of hung out when y'all weren't actually doing anything. You was at base and you could just pick with the guys and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, that when we weren't drinking beer.
Yeah. Well, see that I just wanted that camaraderie.
Yeah, I've never met a group of guys like that though. I mean, we were all from different parts. Mm-hmm. We all had different backgrounds. But them guys were like brothers to me.
Yeah.
And you don't have that camaraderie, I've never seen it anywhere else.
Right.
I was close to those guys.
Well, it's like I've told people before. You go in not knowing anybody,
mm-hmm.
and you go through boot camp, and you become a team, and this team watches your back, you watch their back, and you become closer than actual real brothers.
Right. There's the truth to that.
And I think a lot of the problems that vets have nowadays when they come back or they get out of duty or whatever else is in fact just that camaraderie.
Mm-hmm. You miss it.
You miss all of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where a lot of veterans struggle.
Yeah, well, the struggles and sacrifices, and we did that together.
Mm-hmm.
So that made us closer. And if we didn't like it, we'd get you out.
Yeah.
So we could either trust you, or you can be shipped on down the road.
Yep. Next.
Yeah, exactly. So we kind of, I guess, the tough ones stayed.
Right.
The ones that didn't want to be there, we don't want you there anyway.
Yeah.
So they, and we went through quite a few like that.
I can imagine.
But, with anything, I that was something I wasn't going to quit.
Yeah.
I signed up for it. They didn't draft me like they did the Vietnam vets.
Yeah.
So I was going to complete it.
Yeah.
That was my choice to sign up. They didn't draft me.
Yeah.
Make the best of it.
But see, you're doing something that a lot of people don't know how to do. Commit.
Well, what other choice did I have, though, really?
Yeah, exactly.
I could come home and my dad would just kick my butt, and...
I remember the first fight I got into, I got my butt whooped.
Well, I've been there and done that.
And the guy bullied me and then beat me up. And I went home and I told my dad.
Mm-hmm.
The very next day, I was going up to that guy whooping his butt.
Right.
Because dad said, you either go back to school and you whoop his ass,
mm-hmm.
or when you get home, I'm whooping yours.
Do we have the same dad? Or
Hey, it's possible. I don't know.
That sounds pretty familiar to me too. Yeah, and I always figured, my dad will whip my ass a little harder.
Yeah,
I might as well get this over with.
exactly.
And he didn't do it more than once.
Yeah.
You guys stand up for what you believe,
Exactly.
even if that's gonna give you a black eye or swollen lip. You'll heal.
Oh yeah, you will. All right, you gonna do one more song?
I'll do whatever you ask me to do.
Plane ticket to Hawaii.
Well, if I sell a few more of these CDs, I'll come pick you up.
I'll go to Germany with you.
That sounds good to me.
I'd love to go to Germany.
I would too. I never had any cool duty stations. It was mostly swamps and deserts. And
Yeah, Taylor Booth screwed up when he was at CMA Fest. He said next time he goes to Germany, he'd take me with him.
hold him to it.
I'm going to. I'm going to say, hey, Taylor. Hey, buddy.
I'm tagging along.
Put me in the suitcase. I don't care. I'm going. Passport's taped to the outside.
Yep. Right in the trunk.
Right in the trunk. Do us one more, brother.
I'll do that. This one's called We Were Free. And I wrote this right when I got out of the military. This is an older song.
Sweet.
I remember the sun glazing off the water, a fishing pole and my old man. The only thing I had to worry about was making it home on time. Skipping rocks down by the creek bed, running wild through the woods. We did everything we were big enough to do, and no one ever understood. We were free, with nothing in our way. We had dreams as big as skies, and no one made us stay. Just having a beer with an old friend. Copperhead Road on the radio. Swore we'd never take the freedom for granted again. Who knows what the future just might hold. Talking about packing up and leaving, just a white line from here to my front door. I jumped into that old pickup truck, and I put that pedal to the floor, and I was free, with nothing in my way. And I had dreams as big as sky. No one made me stay. Time will bring changes. Life ain't ever what it seems. And time is a killer, has a way of crushing your dreams. We were free, with nothing in our way. We had dreams as big as sky. No one made us stay. We were free, with nothing
See, I like that. It's more like, I don't know. It's almost like I want to change the title to it to "We Had Dreams."
Yeah, I could have named it that too.
Yeah,
and that actually went through my head at the time of trying to name the song.
yeah.
They're like, "What do you want to call that?" I thought, well, that was one of them, the one you mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
and then the other one. He's like, "Well, why don't you just call it We Are Free?"
Yeah, because it's both in the song.
Right,
It's all in it.
Right. I could have called it either one, but I wrote that about growing up. That's what we did. We ran around like we were wild and did everything we were big enough to do.
Pretty much.
And no one understood.
Yeah. I seen a thing where some guy was on a reel and he was like talking about Gen X.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, so drinking from a hose pipe, y'all never really, the kitchen sink wasn't an option. And this lady come on there and said, y'all want me to get this? I got this.
Well, I must be raising my kid right because he still drinks from the garden hose.
Exactly. Well, I mean, we wasn't allowed in the house.
Right.
Yeah, you had breakfast. There's the front door. Get out.
Yeah, and it was safe though back then.
Yeah.
You could do that.
I don't know about safe.
Well, I wasn't very safe.
I found an old Army knife, World War I Army knife, and that was I was cutting down limbs and building stuff and all kinds of crap.
I got in my fair share of trouble too.
Yeah.
But
Shot with a BB gun.
I'm not going to admit to any of it.
Nothing but fun.
That was some good times.
Oh, yeah, it was. All right, Michael, we're going to have to get off here.
I really appreciate you.
We're going to have the third guest on here in just a second.
She's a good one.
Oh, I hope so.
She's got a great voice.
We talking about the same one? Which one are we talking about?
I'm talking about the little one back there from
The little
Australia.
one? The little one.
She does. She's like a little songbird. You'll like her.
I think she's going to be the one we pick on the most today.
Yeah, she might give it right back.
And she might. I mean, I don't know. We'll find out.
I think she'd scrap with a kangaroo, so you
She
better watch
probably
out.
would. I have to lay some money on that.
Her mom would too, and she's little.
Yeah, well, that's a. Don't they call the women Joeys over there or something
I'm not
in
sure.
Australia? I know the baby kangaroo, but what was it they called the ladies over in Australia? I can't remember. I got to look that up.
I'm not.
We're going to look that up. I even got people from Australia looking that up to see what that is. So anyway,
I'm not going to try to touch that one.
I ain't either. All right, Michael, I appreciate it. Tell everybody where they can find you.
I'm not really anything fancy. I'm on Spotify. I'm on YouTube. I'm on iHeartRadio, Facebook. I'm being played a lot on the radio now, thanks to the young man behind me.
Yeah.
Kayden.
You got a website?
Not yet.
Not yet?
I'm fairly new at this. We just met up a few months ago.
Okay.
So
Not a problem.
that'll be on our next agenda.
Are you doing on all the music? Is it Michael G or is it Michael?
I've been going by Michael G or Micheal Gordon. It's funny that my kid will go, look up Michael G. Sparger, and they'll say, Michael G. Sparger?
Sparger?
So, yeah. And it'll look me right up if you say Sparger. I've been called worse.
Cool beans. Well, I'll make sure we get it right, and I'll put it on the end of the video here. That way everybody can look it up and
Well, I sure appreciate you.
see where they can find your stuff.
Thank you for taking the time.
Hey, no problem. I appreciate you being here. All right. Everybody check them out. Michael Gordon, Michael G, Michael whatever. This guy over here. Yeah. At the end of the podcast and the YouTube, you can find the information area, and all those links and everything will be on there. So y'all will have a great opportunity and listen for them on Spotify. A lot of people are on Spotify. So we'll check it out.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
No problem, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, we're fixing to have the third one up, and we're going to go dig her out of Australia real quick and get her right on here. So y'all stay tuned.